Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. And in today's video, we'll be talking about the sun in the 8th house. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So before we start, you first want to understand what sign is the sun positioned in. This is very important to understand the functioning of the sun in your chart. Along with, are there any planets conjunct with the sun or aspecting to the sun? It's also important to understand that the most prominent moment in your life where the sun will become active in your chart is during a sun Mahadasha. So if you have not seen my video on the sun Mahadasha Bhuktis, I will leave a link for that above and down below in the description. So what does the sun represent? The sun is the soul significator in astrology. It represents your true self. It is the whole reason why you have taken birth in this lifetime. And so the sun is all about your status, reputation, your ability to rise to fame and prominence. It also represents authority figures, those in the government, father figures, anyone in a position of power and authority. The sun also represents your confidence, your self-esteem, your willpower, your ability to assert yourself. The sun is also your creativity, your ability to be inventive, to come up with creative solutions to problems, and to use your creative expression. Along with this, the sun represents your health and vitality, so it's very important in understanding your physical constitution and health in general. The sun also represents your ability to be righteous, to take the right path in life. It is a signification of purity and righteousness. So it's very important with the sun in your chart to always take a higher path, to remain humble, because there is a shadow side of the sun also. When you use this power irresponsibly, you are coming from a space of pride and arrogance. So you definitely want to keep a handle on this. So what does the 8th house represent? The 8th house is one of the most mysterious houses in astrology. It's a very dark house. It deals with all of the secrets, all of the mysteries of life. It is related to occult knowledge and astrology, but also deep research in all sorts of mysteries and taboos of life. The 8th house is all about dissecting the hidden information, going deeper into the mysteries of life and death. It deals with past life karmas and future karmas. The 8th house is also a house of sudden situations, sudden transformation, all sorts of reversals, of surgeries, of accidents that are seen, sudden situations of gaining money, healing, transformation is all seen in this house. It's a house of great spirituality because through these dramatic transformations we gain a sense of wisdom and clarity to transform for the better. The 8th house also represents your in-laws and any joint finances because it is second from the 7th house, so it is the resources of your marriage. Along with this, the 8th house represents longevity but also chronic illnesses. The 8th house deals with all sorts of investigation, secret matters, all sorts of confidential information. All spies and government affairs are seen through the 8th house. It's also a house of healing and surgery, so all sorts of medical factors, emergency situations are connected to this as well. So what happens then when the sun comes into the 8th house? Your sense of confidence, of self-esteem, of ego, this is who you really are coming into this very secretive house. Well, this definitely is going to make you a secretive person. You're someone who likes to keep information to yourself. You need a great deal of privacy. And sometimes with this placement, becoming intimate or close with others in your interactions, expressing your emotions with others can be challenging. There can be trust issues sometimes related to the sun in the 8th house. It takes time for you to come out of your shell and to build connections with others. This definitely can be a placement of an introvert sometimes, but in general, this makes you very private, very secretive. You're very much about having that privacy to yourself. At the same time, though, the sun is a light, so it illuminates. And so this also doesn't necessarily make you someone who's able to hide. The sun here definitely is drawing attention to you. You're very magnetic, very charming. You have this effect of drawing others towards you. People want to know more about you despite your secrecy. And definitely there can be a sexual energy to this as well, because the eighth house, again, is representing the deeper part of marriage. So you also can give off a very magnetic and alluring aura. You can be very seductive, very persuasive with this placement. So typically people like your energy. They're drawn to you with the sun in this eighth house. This can also make you very much interested in astrology and occult knowledge, deep research, scientific discoveries, ancient history, all sorts of situations where you're digging deep for secrets and hidden information. This makes you an explorer. You want to understand the meaning of life. You want to find purpose in life. You're seeking all of the greater mysteries. What happens after we die? What is the true meaning of life? Who am I really? All of these questions are coming into mind when the sun comes into the eighth house. So definitely this makes you an explorer at heart. You are someone who is able to understand the deeper mysteries, able to go deeper into information, and definitely you are looking for depth and true meaning in life. This could also make you someone who's psychic as well. Definitely with the sun in the eighth house, this is illuminating your ability to go beneath the surface. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the house of past life and future life, along with all of these mystical and metaphysical sciences. So definitely with this placement, you could be someone who is highly intuitive, someone who is able to work with metaphysics, able to work with tarot cards, all sorts of situations where you are delving into these greater mysteries. This can even get you into paranormal investigation, all sorts of supernatural interests and taboo interests seen in this position. At the same time, the sun has a lot to do with your life. In general, it is the sustainer of life, and coming into this eighth house of dramatic changes and transformation, you will definitely find yourself going through a lot of ups and downs in life. This will take you through very intense situations, sometimes life-altering situations, sometimes near-death experiences, accidents, surgeries, all sorts of situations can be seen. And depending on the strength of the sun in your chart, this will depend on how you are reacting to these situations. Because sun here has the power to change your life for the better. You can find yourself going through dramatic situations that lead you to growth, to wisdom, to clarity, to bettering yourself. But at the same time, if the sun is weak in this position, then you can find yourself struggling, going into depression, going into losses of all kind. You can find yourself going in a downward direction in life if the sun is not well supported in this eighth house. Typically with this placement, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to make you interested in deeper meaning and finding the ultimate truths of life, all of the mysteries, going beneath the surface. So typically superficial life does not satisfy you. You're not satisfied with life, and this can sometimes make you withdraw from life as well, especially if the sun is badly placed in the chart. You can definitely become closed off, can go into your own space. So definitely you want to be careful with this. This can also, if this is not placed well in the chart, can get you into all sorts of illegal and underhanded activity that you want to watch out for. Another aspect of the sun in the eighth house is that you can find yourself feeling misunderstood by others. Again, the sun is your true sense of identity. It is who you are coming into this very mysterious and hidden place. So you can find that other people have difficulty understanding you. And this can lead to all sorts of situations early on in life that can lower your confidence, lower your self-esteem. You can find yourself in embarrassing situations or people trying to undermine you, people not fully understanding who you really are. At the same time, though, as I mentioned earlier, this is a house of other people's resources. It's the shared resources. And so if the sun is placed well here, then you may receive inheritance through your family as well. Specifically from the father's line of the family, this can be seen also. This could also indicate a sudden windfall of wealth coming into your life. So typically the sun placed here is great for wealth creation also. And this can be seen as the sun aspects directly onto the second house of the chart. So your self-worth, your resources, your money is all connected to this placement. Sometimes if the sun is badly placed here, this can also create chronic health problems. All sorts of accidents and health issues can be seen because the sun itself represents your health and vitality. And this eighth house also is a signifactor of health itself as well. So definitely you want a well-placed sun in this position. But again, this is a placement that will take you through many ups and downs and challenges all throughout your life. Sometimes this placement is good for dealing with finances also. You could find yourself working in some kind of situation where you're dealing with money, where you're dealing with financial management, dealing with planning, organizing. This can make you an excellent leader with this placement. Also, this could get you into all sorts of metaphysical careers, again, getting into occult knowledge, astrology, dealing with all of these deeper mysteries in life. This can also be an excellent placement for anyone working in the medical field, especially dealing with emergency situations. Surgeons can be seen with this placement. And this definitely can take you through deep transformations in spirituality. So, definitely, if you're struggling with anything with this placement, you want to turn towards meditation, towards spirituality. These are the practices that will heal and transform your life. If the sun is placed well in the eighth house, this can also make you someone who has a lot of willpower, a lot of determination. You're able to go for what you want. And again, you find yourself growing and transforming through those transformations in your life if the sun is placed well. So this gives you the strength to bounce back from defeat. You have this willpower, this drive, this persistence about you to fight through those difficulties and to come back stronger. So typically this is a placement of comeback stories also, where you can find yourself going through losses and difficulties, but you learn from those experiences. You're able to come back and to make a situation even better out of those difficult situations. This can also be a great placement for leaving a legacy, for leaving a name behind when you pass away. So this is a house of longevity, and the sun itself is about your fame, your name, your reputation. So this is an excellent placement if the sun is placed well in the chart. This can definitely make you very philosophical, again, research oriented, into psychology. This can be another profession related to the eighth house. Anything where you are digging underground, engineering, anything like this can be seen in the eighth house. This can definitely make you a very sensitive and empathetic person also. Again, this can give you very high levels of intuition along with being an empath, picking up on other people's emotions and hidden intentions. And if the sun is not placed well here, then you can find yourself holding on to a lot of traumatic emotional situations in your life, which can lead to resentment, bitterness. So definitely you want to be careful with this placement. If the sun is not placed well, this tends to lead more into depression, into harsh action, abusive action, hidden underhanded actions can be seen with this placement. And definitely this is a placement one way or another that can shatter your self-confidence, shatter your self-esteem, or shatter your ego in some way. You get to a point in your life where you have reached a crisis, where you're questioning who you are. You're questioning your truths, your beliefs, all of this coming up. Again, huge part of this spiritual transformation where you are healing, where you are growing, where you're gaining this wisdom and clarity to move forward. Sometimes this placement can create issues with childbirth, with all sorts of health related issues can be seen. This can also create issues related to your connection with your father. Again, the sun represents the father. So coming into this dramatic house of sudden ups and downs, there can be the loss of a father, there can be distance with the father, there can be trouble relating to the father, there can be all sorts of disagreements, maybe not seeing things from your father's perspective, having a different belief system. You're valuing something different as the sun is aspecting onto the second house of the chart. Sometimes if the sun is not placed well, this can also create issues with marriage, with your in-laws, with shared resources, with all sorts of legal issues can be seen. So you want to be careful if the sun is not placed well in this chart regarding your married life also. With this placement, definitely when you are able to heal and work through your own traumas and difficulties, you make a healer for others. You have this ability to heal and transform the lives of others around you. And again, if the sun is not placed well, then you can create destruction and havoc in the lives of others around you as well. This is a very powerful position. This is all about understanding your own inner self, your own inner strength, and being able to use this for the better.